Let me tell you why we need to be investing in real estate for long-term security. Inflation has been a buzzword around here lately, but most people don't really understand how or why it affects us. But we do feel the squeeze because it feels like we're working harder and getting less. Or as the old folks used to say, that money ain't stretching like it used to. And of course, getting to the bag and racking up the cash is a goal. But if we knew how vulnerable our cash was, we'd make very different decisions about our goal. Because the reality is the US dollar used to be backed by gold, but it's no longer backed by gold. So technically, it's only worth the paper that it's written on at this point, or what someone else perceives it to be worth, right? We can see this with inflation, because as inflation gets out of control, the money that we have is shrinking in value. So our goal as individuals needs to be to take this cash and tie it back to an asset again, just like it used to be tied to gold. Because assets actually have utility, which creates the intrinsic value within that dollar that's tied to it. So if you look at every single asset class there is and look at the usefulness of those asset classes, it's always going to be real estate that stands alone at the top, and it always will be real estate because it has 4 or 5 different ways to make money from one asset, and it's the variation of the utility of that piece of real estate that creates the wealth. Cash alone can never create wealth because it's just a piece of paper and it's subject to the perception of the receiver unless it's tied to something with utility and value like gold or real estate. That's the reason why you're seeing a lot of smart people buy even more and more real estate, even though rates are high, because our dollar is becoming less and less valuable on its own due to inflation. Real estate will always keep pace with inflation, therefore protecting the value of the dollar that you've invested in it. Forward this information to someone that you think can benefit from it, and follow me for more real estate and finance tips like this.